These days, smart devices are absolutely everywhere, and I've always wondered how easy is it to make one yourself, especially if it's really simple. So today I'm going to show you how I took this basic USB lamp off Amazon and made it into a smart lamp that you can control using your phone with the help of Home Assistant and some basic electronics. We're going to cover the hardware, the software, and do some 3D printing so you can make your first smart projects. So to start off with, we're going to be using this Lumix D1 Mini as our microcontroller. It's a perfect fit for this project because it's small, it has Wi-Fi, and it only costs £4. Next up, we're going to be using this MOSFET to act as an electronic switch between the Lumix and the lamp, so we can use this to turn the lamp on and off. And finally, to run Home Assistant, we're going to use this Raspberry Pi 5 and it will run Home Assistant as an individual standalone operating system. And the lamp itself was just a really simple USB lamp that I found on Amazon. So with the parts in hand, the first step was to strip the cable of the lamp to see what we're working with. And luckily, this USB lamp only had power and ground cables to work with, so that made things a lot easier. The next step then was to get everything put onto a breadboard just to make sure everything was working as intended. With the breadboard ready, it was time to get Home Assistant set up. The process was really straightforward. All you have to do is open up Raspberry Pi Imager, select Home Assistant from the options of operating systems, and just go through the steps. Once it's finished flashing to your SD card, you pop it into your Pi, connect your Pi to your home router using an Ethernet cable, and you're off and away. When Home Assistant had fully loaded, I added our Lumix onto Home Assistant using ESP Home, which it was able to pick up fairly immediately. Here's the YAML code that I uploaded onto the Lumix, which you can find a link to in the description below. So, I was able to get the lamp powered on using Home Assistant, but there was a slight issue. In order for me to actually turn the lamp on, I first had to switch it on Home Assistant and then press the power button on the little control panel, which isn't ideal. So I decided to open up the lamp further to see what was going on under the hood and see if there's any way around this. The first step was to identify which of the buttons actually turned the lamp on and off, and then the plan was to remove that button and short the two pins needed to turn the lamp on so that when Home Assistant turns the lamp on, the lamp comes on automatically. At first I tried being fancy and using a heat gun, but all that did was melt some of the pre-existing solder joints, so that wasn't a good idea. Then I decided to go back to the simple way, use a soldering iron to melt the existing solder, and then the button just lifted off. And then after doing a little bit of repair work on the PCB, I added a small bit of wire to short the two pins, and it worked absolutely fine. And now I was able to turn the lamp on using Home Assistant without having to press the button. But we weren't quite there yet. There were a couple of other features that I wanted to make sure I was still able to use via Home Assistant. In particular, you can change the colour of the lamp. Similar to turning the lamp on and off, that's done simply by shorting different pins together, so I wanted to make sure that was part of the final build. I wasn't too fussed about the brightness control. It's not the brightest lamp, so I decided that if I kept it on at full brightness all the time, that's absolutely fine, but the colour change was something I was keen on. So after identifying the pins that I needed to short, I added an optocoupler to the circuit, connected it to the PCB, and I was able to change the colour of the lamp in Home Assistant. So by this point I was really happy with the way the lamp was functioning, but I was left with a really messy breadboard that I needed to get tidied up. I decided to use one of these perf boards. In an ideal world I would have had a custom made PCB, but it just seemed a bit overkill for this sort of project. And then what followed was a very lengthy soldering session. And with the perf board ready and working, I wanted to make sure none of the electrical components were exposed, so it was time to hop into Fusion and make a 3D printed case. The case was really simple to assemble. It simply consisted of a base and a top plate that fit together, and everything was held together by some M2 nuts and bolts. So guys, although this project was really simple, I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. It's the first time I've played around with home automation, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else I can do with this. So if you liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Check out some of the other videos on the channel, and I'll see you all next time.